Morning traders, and this is your Aussie South African top 40 daily trade setup. So again, you need to ignore this pin bar that you see here, because yet again GT24 is again giving us incorrect data and kind of frustrating me now because they don't respond to anything about it, and I really don't understand why they keep doing it. So this is a 400 point difference. So the blue line here is where the actual close was. So what we should have is a fairly strong red bar with a little bit of a tail. A fairly strong green bar with a bit of a tail. Okay, so the trend is still up on the daily. Not even going to bother with the weekly right now. It's just going to give us a really distorted picture. So let's get to the 4 hour, and you'll see there's a close that GT24's got, but the actual close is up here. So we did end on the 4 hour bar with a bit of an indecision bar. So I am a little bit skeptical about what we see here. So that the first thing is there's been a wedge break to the upside. Okay. Now this is either a breakout, and looking at the oscillator, it could very well be a breakout, or this is a fake out, and we're going to reverse off this and break this wedge to the downside, and come and pick up the downside targets, which are pretty much 1-2 gaps, and then potentially pick up around this area here at 4,800. So bit of a mixed bag. I suppose you can't even read this oscillator because of where they've got the close here, which is bullshit. So anyway, that's kind of the bigger picture that we see here. We do have two spinning tops, and this is an engulfing red bar as well. So it could very well be a move back the downside, which would then make this play out. So this could also be seen as a wedge this way. Okay, so that's kind of the 4 hour view that I see at the moment. Not something that I want to trade to the upside, that's for sure. We did have a bit of a double top here as well. So, and we've got a small gap here. We've got an opening gap. And we've got two magnets to the downside, plus a bigger gap, and quite a few tails here to come and pick up. So, yeah, I'm fairly reluctant to be playing this to the upside, not based on what I see here. So what I see here is very much a double top. And that basically means I'm looking for let's use this level here. So I'm looking for these inside tails to be tagged and these two gaps to close. What that does do though is it gives us, if we put that there, it gives us a break of this trend line as well. So then what I'd be expecting to see is the break. I'd see a bounce to the retest and then a move to the downside. Okay, so let's just look at the half hour, delete the noise. So first things first, the closing range breakout strategy played out quite nicely. There is the range target, that's the range height target there. And we did extend a little bit beyond it, but basically fell short of the next target, which would have been the range plus 61.8 extension of the range. So we fell short of that. So that definitely played out pretty well. And then the next thing to look for is this one here. And you can see the range target pretty much closes these gaps and is, I would say, it lines up with the double top. Almost. double top target lines up where GT24 reckons it's closed. So yeah, I think that's pretty much the trade that I'm expecting. I'm expecting us to come and close these gaps here, and then it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, because the trend is up. If we look at the hour, trend is definitely up, but the question is whether this is a top and that we're going to start creating a series of higher lows and continue moving back to the downside. Okay, so that's kind of my view. I would expect us somewhere along the line to come and test this 200 daily moving average, because we are quite far away from the alligator at the moment. So that's kind of what I would expect, and that is also the breakout of I suppose not the breakout of the megaphone, but it's definitely the horizontal breakout. Okay, it's a breakout retest of this consolidation pattern, as well as a retest of the 200 EMA. So that's kind of the area that I'm expecting us to target over the short term. So that's 48.535, and that level will be an area for me to look at some longs and some more long-term trades. Anyway, so that's kind of my view for today. Hope that helps. And summary is looking for a move to the downside, come and close these gaps, potentially come all the way back down to this bottom gap here. Maybe not in one day, but it's happened in the past. Maybe over the next 2 days, a bit of a retracement, and then a move to the upside. One thing you need to bear in mind is that the rand dollar, or should I say the dollar, got hammered a little bit yesterday. So that rand dollar sitting at 14 at the moment, and 10 cent is fairly flat at the moment. So US markets also didn't have any net movement yesterday. So that's kind of the view that I'm looking at. I think probably a gentle meander. And one thing I do see here is a bit of a diagonal trend line, which is going to line up with these gaps as well. So I think watch this area here for any price action on the lower time frames. It's indicating a move back to the upside. If that fails, then you need to pick up these other tails here. There's a whole lot of tails there that you can pick up. Okay, and if they fail, then last resort will definitely be the 200 EMA, which lines up with the 30-minute 200 EMA and this gap close. That's definitely an area that I'd be looking for long. So that would be 48.535. The other area is 48.122. Okay, anyway guys, that's it for me today. I hope that helps, and I will catch you later. Cheers for now.